Yeah. Well, this is an interesting story because it comes from the Tories basically, and they're saying they should legal. It's like the Tories are so far behind the times. They're saying let's legalize cannabis, right? And we're going to make $32 billion a year, 32 billion pounds a year, not even dollars, becoming a worldwide hub of pot smoking, and it's the all-party cannabidiol. Do you know that word? The all-party cannabis.
I'm not sure anyone knows that word.
I don't know.
Oh, cannabidiol.
Cannabidiol. Products. I actually looked it up myself. Okay, it's chaired by conservatives, and I don't know where they're getting 32. I know people smoke a lot of pot in this country, like they do everywhere. Okay. Speaking for myself, I'm not going to speak for myself, is people smoke pot, but they think that Britain is going to become a place where you're going to smoke pot.
I mean, I personally don't want it to be normalised because I don't think it's great for your mental or physical health. And I think that's the issue with legalisation, Nick.
Absolutely. I mean, like Peter Hitchens says, it's a dangerous drug. It has permanent effects it can have permanent effects on your brain and so on, and it's much stronger than it used to be. Now, the only argument for it is a kind of cynical, fatalistic argument that everyone's doing it anyway. They're not enforcing the law on it anyway, so perhaps you should just make some money off it. I find this, unfortunately, this has come from conservative politicians like Crispin Blunt, which is this kind of free market conservatism. It's not real conservatism. It's just like, oh, let's make money. But it never asks, is this something we should be doing? It's this post-Thatcher confusion about conservatism. You shouldn't have conservative politicians advocating legalising drugs.
I'm with you in that I don't think pot smoking is good. Okay, but I think keeping it illegal is bad. The question is, how do you make things legal so it doesn't bother?
If you legalise,
that's not what Mark said. How can you be with him and then state the opposite?
He's all over the shop. Worse than Rishi Sunak. If you legalise cannabis, there will be more consumption of cannabis, I think.
One would think. I mean, it could barely. You walk down a London street, there could scarcely be more, but. You imagine, when you legalise it, that's what I think will happen.
And here's the thing, I don't want people getting stoned and then going to work or driving a bus.
As we've seen tonight from Lewis, it's not a good idea.
No, definitely. Teaching a classroom of children, it's much easier to smoke a spliff and then go and do your job because it's harder to be detected. If you have a couple of pints, people can smell it on your breath.
When you're a drag queen doing a story in a library, the last thing I want is for you to be stoned.
By the way, I've got one other thought about cannabis, which is that it smells disgusting. And if we decriminalise it, we'll have to smell that all the time.
Yes,
you'll be walking down the street and you're having a coffee and you've got to get this whiff of plant in your face.
I just came back from New York, and that's the smell in New York.
Really?
Like where I was down in Brooklyn.
Do we want that? Nick Dixon, is that progress?
No, it's a fallen city, New York, and we don't want that here.
That's it.